Here we are at Clothesline, the show where we scrub them clean, wring them up and put them to dry on the clothesline. This is a special episode. It is the 25th episode, our Silver Jubilee.
Oh, yes!
To celebrate this special occasion, we wanted to shoot in a very special place. But unfortunately, NDTV, who was also celebrating their Silver Jubilee, beat us to it.
Thank you all for being here for this very special ceremony.
Twitter was abuzz with speculation as to whether NDTV using the Rashtrapati Bhavan for this event was a demonstration of access, or is the use of the hall at Rashtrapati Bhavan routine for such events? But it was really well organized. I know because I was there. Or presidential suite ki baat hi kuch aur hai. The event was called NDTV at 25, brought to you by Tata Consultancy Service, and they awarded Ratan Tata as one of the global Indians. Fantastic brand building. Only if you have Suhail Seth advising you. But there were some great laughs to be had, as one of the living legends, Vikram Seth, had this to say.
And I know that everyone else was invited a month ago, and I was invited 2 days ago, so someone dropped out.
Poor Vikram. Who do you think he stood in for? Someone in the arts who's a global Indian? Could it be her? Well, maybe. Could it be him? Well, he doesn't have an Indian passport. Or could it be him? He has taken India to the world, or at least to Birmingham, Toronto, Vancouver, New Jersey. But he's a filmmaker. Writer of international repute who's indisposed and couldn't make it? Honey. Maybe not. Or could it be someone else who's made India famous? I've got it. Devyani Khobragade, who's a big hit with investigative agencies, both in India and abroad. Devyani Khobragade, Deputy Consul General at the Indian Consulate in New York, made headlines after being publicly arrested on December 12th. Devyani was charged with, in quotes, causing a materially false and fraudulent document to be presented and materially false and fraudulent statements to be made to the US Department of State in support of a visa application for an Indian national employed as a babysitter and housekeeper at her home in New York, close quote. This news sent the Indian political establishment into a tizzy as ministers and political leaders tried to outdo one another with suggestions as to what should be done to teach America a lesson. And these were aired on all news channels. Here's brilliant idea number one.
I learned from the media reports that there are a number of companions of US diplomats posted here in New Delhi, same-sex companions. You know, they have all been issued visas. What the government of India can do immediately is to cancel those visas, arrest all these companions, put them behind bars, you know, do what you like with them and prosecute them.
What an innovative solution. You've arrested our diplomat for violating human rights laws in your country. Well, how about we arrest your people for violating anti-human rights laws in our country? Rajdeep on his show, India at 9, asked Sheshadri Chari of the BJP whether he agreed with Mr. Sinha's views.
Can I ask you though, your senior leader Yashwant Sinha has gone to the extent today, former external affairs minister, to say all US diplomats involved in same-sex relationships should now be arrested or prosecuted as it's a violation of Indian law. Are we carrying it too far? Is it now becoming that if Devyani has been arrested, we will arrest someone from the US as well?
Why not? For the kind of
why not? As a father, you are saying why not?
Yeah,
For the kind of treatment that the US government has given to Devyani and a very senior diplomat at that, for the kind of treatment that they have given, I think what Mr. Yashwant Sinha says is too little.
Arresting same-sex partners is too little? What more do you want to do? Ooh, but guys, we're from the land of Mahatma Gandhi. Don't you remember the saying, an eye for an eye will leave the whole world blind? What are you doing?
If Devyani is touched, you will have 3 of their women diplomats here facing the
She's already been stripped.
The good thing is our international relations are in such hands. Arrest same-sex partners, strip them naked, get physical with their women diplomats. Any suggestions from here?
Cavity search!
Ah yes, because Atithi Devo Bhava, we always give our tourists a good time. But for our NDTV viewers, a cavity search is not searching for enamel decay in the molars because of eating too many sweets, because According to the NDTV report online, Khobragade was checked for cavities after 4 cavities after her arrest. क्योंकि अमेरिका में तो arrest के साथ medical treatment भी free मिलती है. The report has since been corrected. It wasn't just the politicians who were upset. There were protests held outside the United States Embassy in Delhi. The Rashtrawadhi Shiv Sena marched and chanted slogans. But what really stood out in the protest was the use of a human prop. The News Laundry team was so fascinated by this semi-clothed crusader that we decided to interview him.
Today, I am joined by the protester. Mr. Protester, sir, it's an honor to interview you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, sir. Right. Mr. Protester, sir, you took center stage in the recent protests held by the Rashtrawadhi Shiv Sena. A little lower, sir, if I may ask. Yes, sir. You were topless, you had no footwear on, you had an American flag draped around your waist, and you even wore an Obama mask. Why did you do that, sir?
Because I believe we can. I believe in change, in changing the way these Americans treat us. And I believe that as long as we have hope, then yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Right, sir, right. There's one thing that everyone wants to know. You were protesting with barely any clothes on a cold December morning in the streets of Delhi. Didn't you feel cold, sir?
When you believe in something that makes your blood boil, cold goes out the window and your cavities.
Right, sir, but was it necessary for you to strip down so much, Mr. Protester?
So much? I didn't even intend to wear this flag. In fact, the whole point of my protest was to be naked, the way our sister Devyani was stripped by those American authorities. I intended to come completely naked and have one of my co-protesters cavity search me right in front of the US Embassy gate. And when I told my co-protester that, he said, "No, we can't." And I said, "Yes, we can. Yes, we can." And he said, "No, we can't." And I said, "Yes, we can." Would you like some more details?
No, I'm afraid not. I think that's more than enough, Mr. Protester. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
This way, sir.
The Khobragade incident put a strain on Indo-US ties, and this was depicted rather interestingly by firstpost.com. Now, in this image, one hand is clearly more fair than the other. Ordinarily, we'd assume that the darker hand represented India. But if we closely look at the flags on the sleeves, it's clear that the darker hand is in fact representative of the United States. Dekha, how times have changed? Hun asi gore ho gaye, tusi kale. Speaking of Indians being fair, which we have so wonderfully demonstrated in the Khobragade case, Nidhi Razdan's left, right and centre, who had 2 senior government officials arguing that if a law is impractical, there is an informal arrangement to not follow it. How wonderfully Indian. And you had the anchor agreeing.
Here in India, US embassy personnel, how much do they pay their domestic staff here in India? Do they pay them the minimum they pay? Do they pay them 1,20,000 rupees per month? It's absolutely absurd. It's all humbug. It's all humbug. And a practical way was found between the informal understanding between the ministry and the embassy here, that so long as the letter of the law is observed, we will give the visas, knowing fully well that the diplomats are not going to pay to the domestic servant domestic staff more than they earn themselves.
Exactly. The amazing people like us syndrome played out brilliantly across TV channels. क्योंकि नौकरानी की ये औकात, हमने तुम्हारा लगान माफ कर दिया, फिर भी तुमने हमारा कंप्लेंट किया।
लेकिन कहीं तुम हार गया, तो तुम हमको ट्रिपल टैक्स, यानी 3 गुना लगान देगा।
Other channels had foreign policy experts, analysts, diplomats, and other people like us trying to find the best solution for this impasse. We have our Punjabi people like us syndrome expert, Abhinandan Sekri, to tell us the way out of this impasse. Abhinandan, face me. So what do you think?
Madam, I am watching this foreign policy complication for a long time. In Punjab, long time ago, we found this solution for this. All India found. Yeah. It's called Jugaad.
Jugaad?
Jugaad. If you cannot follow law, like Mr. Sibal very cleverly and very wise said, if law impractical, you break law. Or you bend law.
I thought Jugaad was like you fix electricity, bijli ko taar idhar udhar karke.
Any solution that is innovative is Jugaad. Like transfer her to UN, it is Jugaad. Oh. It is like Mr. Sibal said, law impractical, you break. Like for example, politicians been doing long time. There is red light, signal. You're VIP, you're going, cannot stop. What do? You break red light.
No.
Yes. That's like that. You like land, good land, but I'm not farmer. But how do I buy that land? Jugaad, you change land use. So you keep doing like that.
That's shocking.
It's not shocking. Like you have pan in mouth and there is a sign that says do not spit on floor. And mouth full of pan. And you cannot spit. What do?
You swallow.
No, that's against Indian culture.
You go to the bathroom.
No. In culture, not sorry, you spit. So you spit on wall. That you have not spat on ground or you spit in glass. So like that, it's called Jugaad. This particular case of Ms. Khobragade, a long time ago, we have found solution to this kind of problem of maid problem in New York.
You have?
In Punjab, long time ago, they found solution for this.
That's so.
It's called marriage. Ms. Khobragade should find some cousin, husband, not husband, he already husband, brother, someone who is single, go to Punjab and get wife. So then you have wife, you have cleaner, you have cook, you have entertainer. No need for visa fraud, no need for contract, no need for pay. So you have got all this for free and see added advantage. If you are truly Indian, like they are all demonstrating, then you also ask for the age. So not only are you getting wife, you're getting maid, you're getting cleaner, you're getting cook, you're also getting fridge, scooter, TV, BMW, depending on your, what they are called, auqat. Like that. So very good solution by Mr. Sibal and all, but they have reached 50% of Indianness. They can reach 100% if they do this.
Niku, tu jaake doodh pi, par jainu kya main hune aandi ha. Chal foot.
Kedi wali, Toronto wali, Canada wali, ki Birmingham wali?
Main ki kendi foot.
Acha ji. Okay, madam.
Who could have the guts, the nerve, the courage, or rather the stupidity to call Arnab an ignoramus, and on what issue? Ganguly versus intern.
The law is...
then say I should...
Listen, the law is... Let me educate you. You are an ignoramus.
It makes me really uneasy and squeamish. Why is Subramaniam Swami constantly taking Ganguly's side? An ignoramus? He might have had a point because Arnab chose to ignore his comment.
That is about the 100th time that on national television you have called me an ignoramus.
Of course.
So I have developed quite a thick hide.
And he wasn't done there.
Yes, you're an ignoramus prosecutor. You're an ignoramus prosecutor. You don't know the law.
And he still wasn't done.
Don't caricature these things. Again, you're being stupid.
Perhaps Subramaniam Swami should have used his go-to insult that applies to everyone that isn't Subramaniam Swami.
Don't be a Naxalite, and she is a well-known Naxalite. She can tell any lie at any time. The Naxalite law. That Naxalite who believes in free sex cannot talk like this.
क्योंकि अन्ना हजारे की टीम जो है वो ज्यादातर नक्सलाइट टाइप.
I always call them Naxalites.
वो अरुणा रॉय है, वो तो पक्का नक्सलाइट है.
Well, you are a Naxalite.
Oh, those Naxalites. I can see from your beard and your long hair.
Just because I have a beard, long hair, that means I'm a Naxalite.
No, it is a necessary condition, not sufficient condition.
We are still waiting for Subramaniam Swami to call Arnab a Naxalite because that would have consequences. Because you never, ever, wait, I can't do it as well as Arnab. Just watch him.
I will say because you are getting money from the lobby.
1 minute. I just want to speak one-on-one to Meenakshi now. What did she say?
You have got money from the lobbies for your channel. I use these words. Yes, I did.
Never, ever say something as ridiculous as you've taken money. Never, ever again say like anything of those kind of words to me. Never, ever again. I will speak, I will not, Miss Lekhi.
There you have it, folks. Call Arnab an ignoramus or whatever you want, but don't you ever accuse Arnab of taking money.
Madhu, this Subramanian Swami just called me Naxalite. You showed the clip, you didn't even defend me.
Why should I? You're paid.
I'm paid by who?
By the Aam Aadmi Party, of course.
Madhu.
Yes.
don't you ever, 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 ever accuse me of that.
I will say it again. You have been paid by the Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, now this is just a one-on-one with me and Madhu. The cameras do a one-on-one. Madhu, what did you say?
You've been paid.
Madhu, don't you ever, never, ever, 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 never, ever say that again.
You've been paid by the Aam Aadmi Party. I'll say it again and again and again.
Yeah, Arnab, she said it again, yeah.
Such a sissy, can't do anything.
No, I said never ever. I said it 14 times. Hello, Arnab? Okay.
Even Arnab won't take his call.
You know, just hold me or I'll kill her. I'll have to kill her. Hold me.
If he kills her and he goes to jail, who's going to pay us? Don't worry about it, man. They don't pay us, they pay us. You will subscribe, right?
Guys, look, is no one going to hold me? Someone has to hold me or I'll kill her.
Let him kill her.
Tilfoot, enough. Get, go.
Okay, thanks.
Enough.
That was close.
Very close, really close. These Aam Aadmi Party types, now always bhadbhadaing. Actually, it's not just restricted to the Aam Aadmi Party types. Even Subramaniam Swami, listen, when you're on a debate and your time to speak is over and someone else is speaking, why do you do this? Okay, it's sexist, but really, why do you do this Janani type? Janani, stop being such a Janani. Sida bolo.
I want to ask some questions.
Run away with the debate. I get Indira Jaising in.
First impression. It is not proven.
If I see guilty by the Supreme Court.
Don't
for
tell
whatever
a lie.
reason.
She's a young law intern. Yeah. She has to do what she has to do when she's asked.
Yes, and Subramaniam Swami was at his articulate best.
Okay, let me deal with that.
Was there a one-judge bench?
This is the kind of intensity and dramatic flair that makes the news hour so entertaining. It even inspired someone to create this.
Miss Lakey, never say something as ridiculous as you've taken. Never say something as ridiculous as you've taken.
Great job by the user who goes by the name of Raka Ashok. If you'd like to help us out in future, just let us know on contact@newslaundry.com. While the news hour manages to merge the realms of entertainment and news so seamlessly, other channels need to resort to slightly more desperate measures for the same.
जनता के सवालों की झड़ी लेकर आ रहे हैं रजत शर्मा लेकर आपकी अदालत बिग बॉस के घर.
While it is questionable which was India's first crossover film, India TV is India's first crossover channel, from news to entertainment. Well done, Rajat. Clever move. After all, it's the same audience.
90 साल की उम्र में ये 19 साल की जवानी का राज क्या है?
ओए! पागल! अपनी औकात में रह, समझी ना?
तो आप भी अच्छा बन के दिखाइए लोगों को, कुछ अच्छे काम करिए.
ये मेरा दीवाना.
आप में तो आर के खानदान के जितने भी लोग हैं सबकी परछाई कभी कभी दिखाई देती है. भाई को बुली कर रहे हैं आप.
मुझे डरा नहीं सकते हो. आप मुझे बिल्कुल नहीं डरा सकते हो.
What's next? Coffee with आपकी अदालत?
इमरान हाशमी को किस किया? ओके. 17 बार किस किया? आप कोई किसिंग का वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बनाना चाहती हैं?
But seriously, India TV and drama seem to go hand in hand. Just look at this comprehensive report on a new kind of killer.
आज हम आपको बताते हैं देश में घटी एक ऐसी घटना के बारे में जिसने पूरे देश को हैरान करके रख दिया.
यहाँ देखिए एक स्कूटी गिरी है, 10 पहिए वाला ट्रक खड़ा है और पास में पड़ी है एक चप्पल.
कुछ इसी तरह से हवा में लहरा रहा था उस लड़की का दुपट्टा और ट्रक के कोने में उसका दुपट्टा अटक गया.
और दुपट्टा कई बार हम सावधानी से नहीं ओढ़ते, वो इस तरह से लटक जाता है. जब लटक जाता है तो यहाँ पे जो ये रिक्शे का पहिया है इसमें दुपट्टा फंसना शुरू होता है. ये देखिए मेरा फंस रहा है दुपट्टा और आप देखेंगे कि गला एकदम से घुटने लगता है.
The report was called मेरे दुपट्टे में मौत है.
No मधु, अब तेरे दुपट्टे में मौत नहीं है.
Oh, India TV. If you're really looking to grab eyeballs, remember there's one thing that always sells: sex. India Today periodically rolls out issues that deal with sex, and the covers highlight the main focus very clearly. Interestingly, The sex issues are published at roughly the same time every year, December or February, give or take 1 month. Coincidence? I think not. India Today's editorial policy probably dictates the magazine has sex twice a year. Because, after all, the Indian public forgets its views on sex and then has to be reminded how to do it. Really? Not really. Although these covers are yucky, I mean, we're not Puritans, but you could show it beautifully. Anyway, India Today has sort of redeemed itself with this cover on their latest issue because there is a need for the politics of sexuality to be represented aesthetically. A meaningful and well-executed cover that conveys the sensitivity of the issues pertaining to Section 377. We'd like to see more of this and less of those. One person who addresses sensitive topics better than anyone else is Barkha Dutt.
Democracy is all about, it's not about majoritarianism. It's actually about keeping those minority rights valid and safe. Nobody really understands that there is something so deeply symbolic about a law that treats you as a criminal in your own country. It's socially already difficult. Now you have a law that treats you as a criminal. As a Muslim girl growing up in this country, Muslim Personal Law Board is one of the petitioners. How much pressure, religious pressure, has there been on you, if at all? What about right to life and liberty? What about the fact that discrimination cannot be done on the basis of religion, caste, creed and sex was interpreted by Justice Shah to mean that it should also be sexual orientation?
Barkha has proved time and time again that when it comes to panel discussions on topics like sex and other subjects that require nuance, she does it better than anybody else. Okay, she does.
If there is such a high level of cynicism, which Ravi and Jayanti are cautioning us against, they are saying there are times when Parliament does rise to the occasion. Is today a day to give credit to the much vilified old-style politics? Wasn't the election the will of the people as well? Do you think the insurgency is needed to deepen democracy?
Last week, wholesale price inflation reached a 14-month high, mainly due to higher priced food articles and energy costs. But one person who was conspicuous by his absence was Montek Singh Ahluwalia. Ever since his sugar daddy fizzled out, guess who's been keeping a low profile? Because earlier, every time inflation figures were put out, within 5 minutes we would hear this.
Currently, it's already changing. That's why the inflation rate has come down. I'm pretty confident that the inflation rate is coming down. Inflation is clearly slowing down. Though the inflation rate is lower than it was a year ago, which is welcome.
You know, when even Montek, the eternal optimist, doesn't surface, things aren't looking too good for the economy. And with the rising food prices, is it any surprise that Anna Hazare went on a hunger strike again? This time the bill did get passed and Anna broke his fast and everyone was happy.
तो मैं समझता हूं कि सभी को श्रेय जाना चाहिए और खास तौर पे अन्ना हजारे को जिन्होंने इस मूवमेंट की शुरुआत की।
तो लोकपाल के लिए जो आंदोलन दिल्ली में 2010 में शुरू हुआ था, उस आंदोलन में एक प्रकार का मुझे मेजर शिफ्ट दिख रहा है और इस शिफ्ट के लिए मैं मुबारकबाद देता हूं।
कोई एक व्यक्ति इस लोकपाल के श्रेय का अधिकारी है तो वो बूढ़ा व्यक्ति है जो बार-बार अनशन करके इस देश की आत्मा को झकझोरता है।
Anna congratulated Rahul. Rahul congratulated Anna. Anna thanked Jetli. Jetli thanked BJP. BJP thanked Anna. Anna thanked the BJP and the Congress. Everyone in the Congress thanked Rahul. Rahul thanked Anna. And Madhu thanked Gutti.
Chacha, Ranveer, Kapil, Gutti, Ranveer, Gutti, Chacha, Sidhu Saab, Kapil, audience, Gutti, Ranveer.
Anna, this time you really pulled a fast one. पहले ही पता था पास तो होना ही है तो फास्ट कर लो. So sweet. All these politicians saying wonderful things about Anna, especially when this is what they were saying about him barely 2 years ago.
ये लोकपाल एक भस्मासुर बनकर तैयार हो जाएगा. इन्वेस्टिगेशन का अधिकार इनको नहीं दिया जा सकता.
अन्ना साहब हजारे को क्यों चने के जहार पे चढ़ाते रहते हैं?
किशन बाबूराव हजारे और अन्ना से पूछना चाहते हैं कि तुम किस मुंह से भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ अनशन की बात करते हो? ऊपर से नीचे तक तुम भ्रष्टाचार में खुद लिप्त हो.
Time is such a great healer, or rather an election losses. News Laundry managed to get some exclusive access to Anna's phone conversations immediately after he broke his fast.
Hello? Hi sir, we are calling from Pizza Hut. We have a special offer for you. Would you like to try our new Janlokpal pizza with extra onions and special crust?
1 minute, I'm getting another call.
Hi sir, we are calling from Domino's. Hungry kya? We know you are. Very hungry. Which is why our pizza comes to you within 30 minutes or it's free sir.
Huh? Oh, 1 second. Hello, Pizza Hut. They are giving it in 30 minutes.
After 9 days of fasting, what's another 30 minutes sir?
Huh? Hello.
Hello sir, we are calling from KFC, the home of fried chicken. Don't worry. We have a special offer just for you sir. Our super clean Jan Lokpal veg meal. It's boneless, without chicken sir.
Cooked in the same kitchen as the chicken?
Yes sir.
That veg meal is corrupt. Hello?
Hi sir, we are calling from Krispy Kreme Donuts. We are offering you our special Jan Lokpal donuts.
Aren't all donuts the same?
No sir, the Jan Lokpal donuts is sweeter and has many loopholes.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I'll have that.
Right sir, brilliant.
Last week we commented on advertising cleverly woven within articles in the Times of India, and an alert viewer pointed out another case of the same. Thank you. This article on the death of the last Maharaja of Mysore, Srikanta Datta Vadiyar, mentioned the car manufacturer BMW 6 times. I quote, "At 5:30 p.m, Pramoda arrived in her BMW from Mysore. Pramoda insisted the BMW X5 he exclusively used should be brought to the hospital. When hospital authorities said it was impossible to keep the coffin in a BMW, she relented. She then said the ambulance would follow his BMW. The Mysore-bound convoy, which left Bangalore around 9:15 p.m, was led by Vadiyar's BMW, followed by the ambulance bearing his body, and then trailed by Pramoda's BMW. If that wasn't enough, they've even used BMW as a tag to this article on their website. Not good, Times of India. At least the headline didn't have BMW in it. But last week we saw some really weird headlines, like this one in the Hindustan Times. Quote, "Rape cases up 125% and it's not bad news," close quote. The article actually deals with the increase in the rape cases that are reported. But rape cases up 125% and it's not bad news? Oof, who writes these things? We also had this cringe-worthy headline on firstpost.com. "Dumping of Hrithik Roshan. Why hotties make for bad husbands." We're waiting for the follow-up piece. Why fuglies make for great husbands. But it's not all bad news. Our vote for the headline of the week goes to this piece of brilliance, and I'm not being sarcastic. The politician formerly known as Prince, New Faces of Old Rahul. That was really clever, First Post. Nicely done. Well, that's a wrap for the year. See you in 2014. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and subscribe to our newsletter. If you have any moments from journalism that make you go, "Oh wow," or "Oh crap," write into us or tweet to us. We are the change. You are the change, for better or worse. Never do nothing. Stay connected. Stay online.